I'm Rusty Pickens, one of the co-founders of Out in National Security. I came out at 28 whenever I had moved from Oklahoma to Washington, D.C., and sort of found my tribe of other LGBT folks in the area. The first job I was ever able to be out on was President Obama's general election campaign in 2008 in Philadelphia. And that was a really good safe space filled with progressives, surrounded by progressives, people who were accepting and supportive of the diversity. And it was really a great place for me to discover what being out on the job and the workplace was like. Um, After the election victory, I moved back to Washington, D.C., and served through 3 different agencies across President Obama's 8 years of service. And at the White House, I was also surrounded by progressives, and it was a different environment, highly visible, but sort of this quiet, tacit acceptance of diversity and this celebration of diversity, of bringing LGBT folks, people of color, women, folks of all voices to the table and empowering them, especially in policy and outreach areas. So that again was a pretty safe space, and it was interesting to be able to be out on the job there. But for my final tour of duty at the State Department in 2015, I realized that for such a venerable institution that had such a long history, lots of foreign service officers and civil servants couldn't be out on the job for various reasons. Before marriage equality, it was difficult to bring a same-sex spouse to post, if at all. Sometimes they had to be brought on as like housekeeping staff and sort of a wink and a nod to them. Very terrible stories from those days. And so after marriage equality, lots of these things began to normalize. But even now today, we see that there are still some areas where same-sex spouses can't get visas and things like that. So for me, that's what being out in national security means, is that I was able to join the State Department as a political appointee, to be an out gay man, to use my position of privilege and visibility to advocate for others who couldn't advocate for themselves or didn't feel comfortable or safe coming out because it may threaten their job or their livelihood. So that's what out in national security means for me, and that's what being out in national security is all about, is bringing visibility to those folks and highlighting their accomplishments and their achievements and their contributions. America is best served whenever we have diversity among all of our ranks, whether that's the armed services or the foreign or the civil service. And we have a tremendous bench of talent in the LGBTQ community, brilliant scientists, brilliant diplomats, and folks who need to be at the table for America to be her best. So for me, being out in national security is all about empowering those folks and lifting them up so that we have the best possible team that America can put on the field.